Amrod and Amras are two important characters in Tolkien's collection of Middle-earth legends, the Elven Diamonds, as the twin sons of Feanor, one of the members of the Feanor family. Feanor's 7 sons were plunged into a tragic fate by their father's vow to reclaim the Elven Diamond, and Amrod and Amras play tragic roles in the family's history. Born in Feanor, Amrod and his twin brother Amras were very similar in looks and personality. They were the youngest of Feanor's 7 sons. Their names were Amrod and Amras in Sindarin, while in Quenya their original names were Pidiafinwi and Telyafino, respectively. This shows their status as the last sons of the House of Feanor. After Feanor's expulsion from Tirion, Amrod and his brothers all followed their father into exile in Verminos. After the destruction of the twin sacred trees, like Feanor's other sons, Amrod made a vow in the name of one as one to reclaim the Elven Diamond. Nerdnal separated from Feanor after his character and behavior became more and more aggressive. She hoped that her children would stay with her and avoid participating in Feanor's oath and the disaster that ensued, but they ultimately chose to follow their father and participate in the exodus of the Noldor and the wars of Middle-earth. On their way back to Middle-earth they also took part in the brutalization of their kin in Akko Takiti. Amrod and Amras are not depicted in detail as unique personalities in Elfin Diamond. As twins, they are usually inseparable and act together in many stories and battles. Amrod and Amras accompanied their father and his brothers to the battle under the stars. During the siege of Amban, Amrod and Amras, whose territory was located in East Silmarillion to the south of their older brother's territory, became great hunters of the mid-continent lands, living among the forests and trees and seldom traveling north. The Edenites had lived in Esterad within the territories of Amrod and Amras after arriving in Silmarillion. When the War of the Plunge Fire broke out in 538 of the First Age, Caranhir retreated southward after his defeat at Shigarion and joined Amrod and Amras, who then retreated to Ramdar and set up an outpost in Amon-Areb, where they were also aided by the Green Elves of Osiriand. Amrod and Amras took part in the Battle of the Rain of Tears, but all the sons of Feanor were badly defeated on the battlefield. Like autumn leaves drifting away, Amrod retreated with his brother to the east towards Mount Dormid. After the deaths of Burin and Lucian, the Elven Diamonds were returned to Doriath, triggering a second kindred killing, in which Amrod participated. After the second kindred killing, Belen and Lucian's granddaughter Elwyn carried the Elvish Diamond to the mouth of the Cyrene River, and Feanor's 4 remaining sons launched a third kindred killing, in which Amrod and Amras were killed. The fates of Amrod and Amras were tied to their family oaths. Feanor and his sons vowed to reclaim the Elven Diamond stolen by Morgoth, leading to an outbreak of conflict and tragedy between them and many of the elves. In an earlier version of the Elven Diamonds, Tolkien wrote of Amras's death as a particular tragedy. When Feanor and his sons set out from Valinor, they hijacked a fleet of ships close to the coast, preparing to travel to Middle-earth. Amras, unwilling to leave, decided to return quietly to Valinor and fell asleep on the ship. However, Feanor ordered the ships to be burned because he had decided to abandon his fellow clansmen who supported the Fingolfin in the Noldor. Amras perished in the fire, and his death plunged Nerdnal into great grief and further cursed Feanor's family. This event was not preserved in the final Elfin Diamond text, but can be found in other Tolkien manuscripts. The deaths of Amrod and Amras marked the complete destruction of House Feanor, and their fate became one of the darkest parts of the history of the Noldor. Their fates were bound by family oaths, and they ultimately lost their lives in the war over the Elven Diamonds. Their story is one of Tolkien's profound explorations of fate, family, and tragic heroism, showing how even in the most powerful of families, individuals cannot escape the tragedy of curses and destiny.